The first video reviewed the purpose of a resume as well as common resume formats. Now, we will review standard resume categories that may be included on your resume. First, at the top of your Word document, you will include your personal information. This information contains your full name, address, phone number, and an email address. When you are designing your resume, make sure that your email address is appropriate for a job search. You may choose to use your school email address for this purpose. Also, if you decide to list your cell phone number as the contact number on your resume, make sure you change your voicemail to a professional greeting when you are job searching. Some individuals have music greetings on their phone. This should also be avoided when you are job searching. And a final word of caution when listing your cell phone number as the contact number on your resume. Make sure you answer your phone professionally, especially if you don't recognize the number calling. It could be an employer contacting you about a position. Remember, you're conducting a job search and you want employers to have a positive and professional interaction with you every step of the way. The second area on your resume can be a qualification summary. This serves as an attention-grabbing opening to your resume. There are several ways you can word this category, including summary of qualifications or professional summary. Regardless of how you choose to label this area, you want to make sure this statement is a powerful, action-packed statement that highlights your background and transferable skills. This qualification summary should be customized for each position you are applying for. Here's an example. Experienced professional with more than 8 years of management experience with a proven ability to implement, direct, and evaluate programs. Respected leader with excellent team building, communication, and strategic planning skills. Another commonly utilized category on a resume is the objective. Now, there are a lot of opinions about whether you put an objective on your resume or not. Some experts believe that an objective can be limiting and too generic. Others state that a well-written objective that targets an individual's background and skills can help, especially if you're changing industries or careers. Ultimately, the decision is up to you, the job seeker. But keep in mind, if you decide to include an objective statement, make sure that it's customized for each position you're applying for. A third area that's contained on a resume is the education category. This section includes the full name of the degrees you've earned, the full name of the colleges that you have earned those from, city and state, graduation year, and any additional information that relates to educational qualifications. Within the education category, here are some tips to remember. First, avoid the use of acronyms when listing degrees or schools. Second, eliminate high school information. Third, if you're graduating at a future date, it is acceptable to list the future month and year you intend to graduate with your degree. Employers understand that this date is an anticipated graduation date. Finally, once you have graduated and the degrees you earned are more than 10 years old, you may omit the graduation date from your resume. The experience category on a resume is perhaps the most important. This is where you highlight your accomplishments and skill sets from your work history. The experience category consists of your position title, the name of the organization you worked for, city and state of the organization, and the dates employed. When listing dates, include the month and year of when you began and ended each position. Once you've formatted this information for each position that you've held within the past 8 to 10 years, you're going to begin to list out your duties and accomplishments for each position. You're going to be using positive action words, words like analyzed, communicated, and developed. You will want to include as much data as you can. This includes any numbers and statistics that will help showcase your skills and accomplishments. For example, if one of your accomplishments is exceeding a given sales goal, you would want to quantify that amount. As you list your accomplishments for each position, keep in mind that the order in which you list the positive action statements is important. Arrange your statements according to what is most important, most impressive, and most relevant for the position you're applying to. The descriptions under each experience should be strategically arranged to capture the employer's attention within the first few bullet points. Finally, as with everything else on your resume, be sure to customize these descriptions to each position you are applying for. In addition to the categories we've covered thus far, you may want to include additional resume categories as they relate to your strengths. Optional categories to consider would be volunteer work, military experience, computer skills, languages, and professional memberships or affiliations. If you have questions about these categories or any other portion of your resume, make an appointment with the Career Development Center.